Hello, welcome to the place on the internet I talk about comic books. This is a little too low. Well, my head is too high in the frame. Okay, a little bit better. My head is now, this makes more sense, right? Forgive my hair, I know it's a constant issue whenever I make these videos, and this has been a lengthy time since my last one. I apologize. I have been on tour, and then when I got home I had a whole grip of comic books to write in rapid succession. So my apologies. First I want to say Tigress Island issue 1 is up for pre-order. Instead of putting the promo videos, the cute ones, where I kind of pump the project with visuals from movies and try to get a more casual comic book reader engaged in the idea. Instead of putting them on YouTube, I've been doing them in the Instagram format and getting a lot of traction on that. Look, comic book readers are not a rare breed, obviously. Most people will engage with some type of sequential comic art in their life, but trying to get a person to walk into a comic book store and make that purchase, and particularly to call a comic book store and ask the shop to pre-order, to pull their book, it's asking a lot of people who have a more casual relationship with the medium. So I'm trying to reach people where they are, and this channel is really more for a few hundred people that really like comic books and kind of are interested in the business of comic books and my work. And so perhaps I'll make a video soon, but I'm hitting them over there on the Instagram. If you don't follow me there, just do it. It's my name. But I figured I would pump the comic in the lead up here. Tigress Island issue 1, myself and EPHK from Image Comics. It's really some of my best work, but EPHK is just on a whole different level on this. It's deeply impressive, and the story is fun. So even if you're not a person who values the craft of what he's doing entirely, maybe you're a little bit more casual. You stumbled over here from knowing me from music or whatever else it might be. You will immediately understand that he's doing good work, but maybe it doesn't mean anything to you because you don't have the frame of reference. But the story will carry you because it's just fun. It's just, he and I are doing fun work on this. So, if I can, I just wanted to talk about something that's a little salacious, or not salacious. It's on the gossip end of things, and I figured that'd be a good reintroduction to having not been doing the channel for a few months. I wanted to talk really briefly about snitches. I wanted to talk about rats. I'm not a street person. I don't. I'm not a street person in the homeless meaning of the word, but I'm also not a street guy. I'm involved in subcultures where it is, you're not supposed to talk to police, and I understand all the, everybody's a hypocrite with this, by the way. Everybody makes that phone call when their car gets broken into, or everybody makes that phone call when, when their sister's in trouble or whatever it is. Because the fact of the matter is that a cop is your employee. And when you don't avail yourself to things that you're paying for, I don't really understand what you're thinking. But it is still somewhat in my head, and I don't say that this is positive, but, my father had some problems with the law, and maybe I watched too many gangster movies, and then I've been involved in punk music forever, and I still have it in my head that I'm not supposed to rat, not supposed to talk to cops, etc., etc. And that applies, for me personally, to other aspects of my life. In the same regard that I wouldn't call the state to rat on somebody, I'm not calling the boss to rat on somebody. This is a phenomenon in comics that's pretty ugly on the sort of corporate end of things. I circumvent this by publishing an image. There's still, of course, gossip. There's still, of course, backbiting. People, there's a certain type of person that will do this in any atmosphere, but you can dodge a good portion of it by not being at these cutthroat sort of corporate publishers where that's the culture of the thing. But recently, a big writer, sorry to blind item this, a big writer was outed as a big snitch. A fella that tries to hurt other people's career by virtue of going to the guy that can hurt your career, and exposing you for having opinions. Right. So some people got jammed up on this because they thought that they were among friends and could speak freely, and it turns out that they couldn't. And I'm not going to make it about that specific weasel, but I'm going to make it about the culture of the thing. Karma is not real. There's a great many bad men who die surrounded by family, at 85. Like they got away with it. You can't rely on the universe to make right wrongs, because you're going to be consistently and constantly disappointed. However, in business, eventually you do hit a wall where you're not as hot as you used to be. You're cold product, and you can still have a great career, but with that, people aren't bending over backwards to satisfy you. They don't care what you think about things anymore, because you're not as hot, you're not making the money anymore. And when that time comes, if you've been a really bad boy, you're going to get jammed up. This is the Harvey Weinstein, this is the P. Diddy's, guys who have done bad stuff, but were allowed to do bad stuff when everybody was profiteering. When that goes away, the whispers become out louds, the out louds become phone calls, and you eventually get got. You see this in comics, not with a snitch, but with a high-profile crash out, where a fella could do no wrong, until your usefulness is eclipsed by the headache that you provide, at which point your head is cut off. And I'm not warning this guy, this snitch that I'm talking about, in like a gangster menacing way, and it doesn't even necessarily pertain to him specifically. But I'm just saying, for all the rats out there, for all the troublemaking shitheads, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught up in something, right? Like, everybody knows who you are now, whatever. But eventually people will weaponize this behavior against you, right? It's the ugly nature of the cycle of rattery. You know what I mean? There's always going to be somebody who is in the position to fuck you now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about people you did wrong. I'm talking about the next rat, the next hot boy, the next guy that's doing he's the corporate corporate flavor of the week, right? That fella's gonna cut your fucking throat. Just watch the movie RoboCop, but just watch the corporate scenes, right? That's the life that you're living, and that's how it go. When you gotta get got. So again, I can laugh about this because this stuff, people gossip on me. I understand, and I don't think I don't know. There's a gentleman who gets back to literally everyone, reads everything. People create burner accounts to fuck with him because they know he will respond. It's just he's a responder, a reply guy. He doesn't respond to me, and I quite know it's because somebody had been gossiping. But I don't have to be too concerned about that. I have good relationships with the publishers that I deal with, and I like dealing with them. I've got like one idea in my whole head for a corporate thing. If I don't get to do it, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I'll go do a cooler version of it elsewhere. So I'm not as I guess I'm not as vulnerable to some of this as some of you are. But this is me with an open heart, just saying it's not the universe that's going to punish you. You're not going to be punished. You're just going to have your foibles and your problems as a man. They're going to be weaponized against you someday. And it seems to me that a good person, look, I'm not a moralist, but a good person would not take the opportunity to harm others knowing that it's going to, when it happens to them, they're not going to like it. Right? I mean, is that just that's the golden rule right there? You treat others as you would wish to be treated. When you're not trying to harm people, you still might get harmed. Bad things happen to good people all the time. But when you're self-aware enough to say, "Oh, am I the baddie? Am I doing the thing?" Not the Latina baddies, but the baddie, the bad person, right? Am I that guy now? When you're self-aware enough to do that, I think it is incumbent upon you to stop with the ratness. Just because when it hurts you, you will know. You will say, "Fuck." Well, I mean, you might not have truthfully, you might not have the presence of mind to, or you might have so much cognitive dissonance in what you've done to other people that you can't contend with it and you rationalize. That's a thing that I've seen a million times. But if you're a real person, you're gonna carry some guilt at that moment because it'll click for you. Oh right, I was this person, the person putting me over the barrel. I was the barrel. Oh, I was the fucker prior. So anyway, I just wanted to say in comics, there's a lot of gossip on the professional level. If you can find your way out of it by not being, what's the word? So I'm just gonna say slave. By not being a slave to these corporate publishers, you can work with them. I'm not saying otherwise, but by not having your whole career hinge on how you're viewed in a specific office. I mean, fucking think about that. You basically got 3 avenues to make money in comic books. Say 4. You got 4 avenues to make money in comic books. After that, it's a non-stop scrape and hustle that you really, frankly, could not make like a living wage at. You can still get things out in the world, but you couldn't feed a family at all. So let's say you got those 4 avenues. And those 4 avenues, let's say that I got at least 2 of them cut off to me, right? And then, oh no, I'm on dangerous footing, right? But these are fucking solid. I got good relationships. These are fucking solid. And, but when you are reliant on these, look, man, you got a table with one leg at that point. And I just think that you make yourself a target for people that are trying to harm you because you're vulnerable in that way. But if you diversify a little, or if you are at places that treat you like a human being, it's less likely to. It'll still happen, but it's not going to harm you in the same way. So, anyway, this is what's on my mind. A little bit of gossip. I went long on it. I apologize. Tigress Island, issue 1, available for pre-order right now. Women stuck on prison island have to escape. Is it possible? It's a chase book. It's an escape book. It's a revenge book. It's a crime book. It's a sexy book, and it's EPHK doing career work, and we're very, very, very proud of it. So please pre-order that. Call your comic store now. And if you're watching this 10 years from now, I mean, I don't know, go buy it and trade. Thank you for your time. I'll be doing videos more regular since I'm home at the moment. Keep reading comics. Thank you. Check out my whatever, Substack, whatever.